Welcome to our spatial learning video series, where we'll use the power of spatial computing technology to take learning to the next level. Wherever you are, we're excited to go beyond your TV, textbook, or computer screen and blend learning experiences into our physical world together.
Hey everybody, my name's Alex, and I'm going to take some time today to teach you all about the power of spatial computing, what it is and what it means for how we learn, how we work, how we play, all of that. You're going to see me wearing this really funky pair of goggles here. This is called a Magic Leap 1. And this, along with this control and this hockey puck here, makes up my very own spatial computer, which you could have too. We're going to learn a little bit about how this technology works and what it means to use spatial computing as opposed to a screen like this one or this iPad over here, which are the types of computers we're used to seeing in our worlds. But what if we could take content that usually is stuck on those screens and bring it into our physical spaces, like the office that I'm in here? We're going to use a really interesting and very simple application called Drive that Magic Leap, the same company that built this headset, put together to demonstrate for you guys what spatial computing does and means. Let's give it a shot. So, I am in my physical office, right? I've got this table here, my desk over here, my chairs here. All of this is my physical room here. And even though you guys are experiencing it through your normal computers as a video, I'm recording it through the headset itself. So there are no other screens here at all. We've got our home page here. Let's go over to Drive. And we're going to get started. Now, remember, we've got three objects here. We've got a plane, we've got a car, and we've got a helicopter. All of these are 3D objects that are existing in my physical room here, right? I can't touch them, but I can walk around them as if they were real. But they're not stuck on a screen like on my iPad over there or on this monitor over here. So where do we want to start? Well, let's start with the red helicopter. But before we do, for comparison, let's see what it would mean on a 2D screen to go to a red helicopter. If I typed in red helicopter here, this is what I would get. A lot of interesting images, pictures, but I can't grab them, I can't move them, I can't do anything about them. They're all stuck to this page here. But if instead I grab this one, now I've got a helicopter in my hand. Three-dimensional, I can see the little guy inside, I can see the bottom of it, I can see the propellers. All of this is still stuck here, but this guy, I can fly around my room however I'd like. And the amazing thing is with spatial computing, it recognizes my room. So if I were to point at this wall here, the lights at the bottom actually map against the wall here, this physical wall. I can use my wrist here, my control hand, to move the helicopter left and right, forward and back. And if I use my pointer finger here on this button here as a trigger, we actually can make it fly. So let's do it. Here we go. And you'll see that it's now flying as I click the pointer finger. And I'm walking around it. because this exists in three-dimensional space. I can even make it bank to the left or make it bank to the right just based upon how I tilt my wrist. And remember, it recognizes the physical space, so it maps against the wall there, but I can't touch it. It doesn't exist. It's just a digital object, but taken out of the screen and understanding the physical space. Last thing we'll do with this guy is let's see what happens if I make it fly too high. What do you guys think is going to happen? Well, if it understands the ceiling, there it is. Crash right into it. Let's now go to another one. Let's maybe check out the yellow car. And before we do, again, for comparison, we can see that if I were to type in yellow car on Google, I get all these cool pictures, but I can't grab them, I can't move them, I can't hear them, nothing. So instead, let's bring a car onto my table. There we go. Let's move him around a little bit so we can see him up close. So this car doesn't exist here, whereas this little brick here does. But it understands the table here. And more than understanding the table, it can actually drive off onto the floor and then drive around on the floor. Now, because this is a fun example and we don't have gravity here, I can even make it drive up the wall and onto the ceiling. Way up there. But let's bring them back down. And there we go. A digital car that recognizes the physical world here. Last one that we'll do is head over to this blue plane. Same type of deal here. If we go back to my screen, I can type in a blue biplane, but can I see the propeller in the front spinning around? No, it's all static. It's all frozen in time. Can I move it right to left like I can with my 3D control here? No. That's the power of spatial computing. And let's now have some fun with this plane. Again, I can use my hand to basically operate like the steering wheel and move it to the right or to the left. I can even make it do some cool tricks. Ready? Let's have it flip upside down. There we go. Let's have it go all the way around the room and boom, into the wall. Let's spend a little bit more time with them. You can see on my control hand how it's moving around and spinning around here. Boom, there it is. So you have a sense, guys, of the fact that we can do so much in terms of computing and using this digital content without any screens at all. None of this exists, but you've seen that it actually lives in our physical world, in my office, and understands it without being really here through the power of spatial computing technology. This headset, this control, and this hockey puck or computer or battery over here. And there's so many different learning experiences we can have away from those screens over there or monitors over here in our physical worlds. That's it for now. Thanks, guys.